Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hey, Corey. I can't hear you.
Good morning.
Are you there? Hey, will y'all be my guinea pigs? I want to play something, make sure y'all can hear it before we get started. But let me forward button. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good. Tell me something good. I need 3 people to tell me something good.
I got something. Got an offer on my tabby place.
Oh yeah, did y'all work it out?
Nope. Not yet.
Are
The
you
good
gonna
news
work it
is
out, Wanda?
we're gonna work it out. The good news is got an offer. Still, it's got a few little bumps, but hopefully we'll work through it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I did 2 listing appointments and won them both.
Ooh. Hey.
What'd you
Yeah,
get?
Brian.
I did 2 listing appointments and won them both.
Oh, good. Where are they at?
One is on Ratcliffe Lake Drive and one is in Darien on Market Street.
Oh, good. Good for you. Awesome.
There you go.
How about somebody else?
I did one listing appointment and got it. Sorry, only one, Brian.
Jackie, where's yours?
As long as we win them.
River Ridge.
Oh, good. What is it?
It's a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath on the Tidal Creek.
Oh, wait,
About
is it
1,500 square feet.
Drive, or is it on?
I'm sorry.
What street's it on?
On River Ridge.
Okay. Does it need work or is it awesome?
There's a little bit of work they're going to do before we go active. It'll be a few weeks yet.
Okay. Cool.
But overall, it's in good shape.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Anybody else? One more? Got a good crew on here.
I don't know if you want to consider this good news. It really depends on how you look at it. But I drove all the way up to Townsend yesterday and then got stood up on a listing appointment. And I sat there for like an hour and a half while she didn't answer the phone. But here's the good news. She called me back last night at 6 o'clock. So,
Was she apologetic?
Yeah, her dad ended up in the hospital or something like that.
Gosh. Well, sorry about that. What about your buyers you were working with?
That's who I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, y'all, we're gonna get started. I'm glad so many of you are on here and not suffering from the Super Bowl last night. And I thought today, what we're going to go over today is in the Market Resource Center, on Berkshire Hathaway's Resource Center, is the listing packets. But I wanted to start with a little motivational good thoughts about what you might be doing different. We talked last week, if you remember, about what you could do. And I thought this video was very timely in that it talks about maybe some things you should stop doing. So it's like around 8 or 9 minutes. So don't go to sleep, but I thought we'd start with that, and then that will give us a little perspective on the other part. So I'm gonna hopefully share my screen. See if it works. Okay, can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
See Burgess? All right. If y'all yell at me if the sound doesn't work.
Success often comes from not necessarily the things that we do, but the things that we avoid. Today I'm going to share with you 6 habits that I see that great real estate agents absolutely avoid. As a student of success, what I've done over my career is I've studied what it is that actually those high-performing people do in their business. But recently what I've realized is that it's not just about what they do, it's those things that they avoid that really make all the difference. Because by saying no to certain things, it gives them opportunity to say yes to the best things in their business. What I want to do today is I'm going to go through and I'm going to explain to you these 6 habits that I see that these top producing people avoid in their real estate business that absolutely leads to a higher level of success than they otherwise would have had. The first habit I see them avoid is the habit of trying to do everything, trying to be everything for everybody, trying to say yes to everything. Now, I will say, a lot of times what happens is that folks will actually be, when they first start in the business, they'll cast a very wide net. They'll do everything. They'll try to do commercial. They'll do condos. They'll go from one city to the next, whatever it takes to get business. But what we see agents do that move from really being new agents to good agents and then ultimately to great agents is that they begin to understand that the riches are truly in the niches, and they begin to just say no to certain things. And they're like, I'm a residential specialist, so if I have something that's commercial, I'm going to refer that out. If I have something that is outside of a 10-mile radius, then I'm going to refer that out, or 15-mile radius, whatever it is for them. They understand the value of their time, they understand the value of their expertise, and they understand that by focusing in on the things that they are best at, they will absolutely get their best results. So what is it for you? What is the area that you've been saying yes to that maybe it's time for you to start avoiding? And maybe it's time for you to not just try to be everything, but to become the expert in something. What we see with some of these top producers is they become experts in the specific neighborhoods. They become experts in a specific price point. They become experts in a specific school district. Whatever it is for you, identify the area that you've seen the majority of your business and the business that you love doing the most. Become the expert in that area, and you'll absolutely be one of those people that can move from good to great. The second habit that I see these top producing real estate agents avoid is they are not reactive. They are actually proactive in their business. They do this in a couple of different ways. Number one is that they time block their schedule in a way that they have certain times every single day that is devoted to being out there and prospecting. They have a certain amount of time every single day that they are devoted to working on the existing contracts they have. They have a certain amount of time every single day and a time block time when they are going to be showing property or having listing appointments. They control their schedule. They don't let somebody else control it. And what this does is it creates boundaries. When you're a professional, you absolutely have people that will react to you as a professional. When you're always available, I'll tell you this, if you don't value your time, other people are not going to value your time either. So what is it that you can do to stop being reactive to everything that's happening, being proactive? Number one is get your time blocks set up with what's important for you. What are you going to write in pen on your schedule, not in pencil? And also have some boundaries for your family life, for your business life, and the time that you're going to spend away from this business. The problem with this business is it can be all-consuming. And when you allow it to be all-consuming and you don't set those time blocks and set those boundaries up, all of a sudden now every area of your life is just reacting to what's happening with this buyer or their schedule. And ultimately what that does is it creates a lack of desire to do more business. It creates burnout. And ultimately what it does is it keeps you from being the top agent that you can be, the best version of yourself. Stop being reactive to your schedule. Start being proactive and you're going to see better results. Next up is the habit of never changing anything in their life or their business. This is something where we can get in a rut. And what happens is that we can see diminishing returns from those things. And ultimately, it's the old story of the frog that's in the water that begins to boil. They just sit in it. So what is it that you're just continuing to do because you've always done that? What is it that you're resisting doing that you know would make a difference in your business? What I see with these top producing people and for these agents that are great real estate agents is that they're constantly changing and adapting to what's out there and what's available for them right now. They get involved with more video content. They understand the value of social media. They go out and they begin to refine the systems they have in place. They talk about getting a deal of the week that they're sending out to their database even though they haven't ever done that before. They're out there actually organizing their business in a way that gives them the opportunity to do some new things, try some new things. And they ultimately understand that if they stay the same, they're not going to get just the same results they've gotten. They're actually going to see diminishing returns on that. So they're constantly refining their business in a way to make it better. If you're someone that hasn't made any changes in your business lately, odds are your business is not as good as it used to be. One of the best things you can do to get back some momentum and to begin to change the direction of your business and start moving it in the up and to the right level is for you to go out and start changing some things, try some new things, and adapt to the way that the business is being done now. The next habit that I see these top real estate agents avoid is they avoid scrolling without a purpose. Now, listen, I understand. I'm the worst at this. Getting home in the evening and just trying to unwind and just all of a sudden waking up that 3 hours later, I've been just sitting there scrolling without anything that's happened positively. What do they do differently? What are these top real estate agents? Number one is they, again, set boundaries. There's certain times where they're not going to be on their phone. They also, when they go on and they're actually going on there, they go on with a purpose. So maybe they have taken and they have made a best friends list where they can see the content for the people that are most important in their business, their prospects, their referral sources, the people that are in their sphere of influence, and they interact with that group first. The second thing they do is maybe they're studying what it is that agents in other markets are doing that they can then model in their local market. You see, when you sit and you scroll without a purpose, it is absolutely going to be something that is addictive and that will absolutely tear your business down. But if you're going to use this, because we're all going to be on social media, let's be real. If we're going to be on social media, do it with a purpose. Do it with something where you're learning something or you're adapting to something that you can put into practice in your business, or that you're being purposeful with the people that you're interacting with, or that you're at a place where that time is being spent making yourself and learning and getting educated on some of the things that you can do in your business. So if you scroll with a purpose, you'll absolutely see opportunities to grow your business. But if you don't, this is time that's going to be wasted and you can never get it back again. Another habit that I see top agents avoid is that they avoid the habit of learning but not putting into action the knowledge that they learn. You see, what can happen is we're in this environment where there's so many things coming at us. I'm literally putting out content every week. There's so many different trainers that are putting out content, and what happens for a lot of people is they just keep watching the content thinking that's a great idea, but they never take action. They get frozen by so many things that are out there. What I would encourage you to do, and what I see these top real estate agents do is that they actually take the time to implement one new system per month. Maybe it's something they're trying. Maybe it's a new system on follow-up after they take a listing. Maybe it's a new system where they're going to be posting once or twice a week in social media. Maybe it's a system where they're going to actually get involved with video. Whatever it is, they take on one new thing every single month. And what they do is a lot of the best agents, what they do is they'll actually have a list of items that they know are great ideas, because we don't lack for great ideas. What we lack for is the execution on those great ideas. They make a list of all the great ideas they see, and then they rank them. And when they get the time and they specifically time block the time to take action on a new item, they do one at a time. They don't try to do three things. So the next time that you're at a conference, write down the top 5 things you do and think about doing one every 2 weeks, one every month, one a week, whatever the capacity you have to do is, but take action. The biggest difference we see between good and great agents is they take massive action and they put into practice the items they learn about. The last habit I see these top real estate agents avoid is they avoid the habit of having blind optimism. Listen, there's nobody more optimistic than I am about real estate, about my business, about everything that's going on around me. However, there are times where you need to get real with yourself. You need to understand that when you see a trend of your business moving down, it's not just the market. It's something going on with you. And so instead of just being optimistic, oh, the market's going to turn around this spring. No, it's actually time for you to think about what it is that you can do to turn the trend around yourself in your business. Everything starts with us. What is it that you're doing to change the trend? What is it that you're noticing that has a little bit of a drift in your business? Maybe it's not as good as it used to be, or maybe things have changed and you need to make some of those changes in your business. You see, what the top producing people in all areas of life do is they're constantly modifying. They're taking in the data, and they're not just blindly being optimistic that things are just going to get better. No, they're making them better by the activities they do right now. So think about what it is that's out there that maybe you could be a little concerned about. Take that to heart. Think about what it is. Think about what it is that you can control and control what you can control. Take action on these items without just waiting on something to change, and you'll absolutely begin to see things work in your direction. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, what do y'all think about that?
Good stuff. I love Jimmy Burgess.
No, so some.
Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you.
Bye-bye. Okay. Anybody want to think about or share something? I like what, don't be old school, try new things. Anybody want to share something maybe they used to do that they're not doing anymore? Or a new thing they're doing? Nothing. We're all just doing the same thing.
I'm using ChatGPT to write my property descriptions and
Yep.
also my marketing plan and also my Instagram, Facebook posts that Burgess did a while back. I grabbed all that info to put that in there, and that's very helpful. It's good to go out there. That's one of the things I did with my listing appointment. I took that out there with all those fancy descriptions and posts and everything, and had a marketing plan that was kind of different from everybody else.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
Brian. I think that I really enjoyed ChatGPT. You have to kind of keep it from being so lovely, sometimes, but it is awesome. I hate writing listing descriptions, and it helps a lot. What about how many of y'all are you're watching videos, you're on this for the second week, whatever you're doing, but you're a little immobilized because you don't know what to do next or how to do it?
It's for me in particular, it's not so much what or how to do it. It's just the biggest challenge is getting in front of people.
Okay. So how, working towards getting more appointments, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's been my biggest struggle so far.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think I suffer from the first one he said, trying to do too much and saying yes to too much. Was probably the struggle, but there's just so much new stuff out there. It's hard to focus on what do he made it sound better about just trying to only implement one thing per month. I think that would be a little more reasonable than trying to do it all at one time.
Yeah. One of the things that, and I might have shared this last time, Stephanie, I don't remember, but like I watched a video with Jimmy Mackin, it's about listings, how to do things different, how to stand out. And like one of the things he said, we all do, we all do it because some of us are immobilized by whatever. So we're going to show you how to do some easy stuff. But one of the things he talked about was, really telling a story about what house you just listed and sold instead of just another just sold postcard that says the same thing, or just sold post that says the same thing. What if, you said, hey, this house was, the Zestimate showed it was 250. My expertise, I went in, we listed it for 295. It sold for 295. This owner, blah, blah, blah. Or if you had 3 sales like that in a communication, would people engage with you more like, holy moly, she really understands the market and she knows how to price things, screw Zillow. And this is good stuff. So think about that. Today I'm going to show you really how to not do anything when you list a property. So I'm gonna share my screen because I want to make sure all of you, I know when you list a property you get an email about this, but I will be curious how many of you have actually utilized it. So hopefully you can see my screen. Get out of this one. So everybody knows how to get to the resource center, right? Mm-hmm. No problem, hopefully. So when you get a listing, hopefully you're going to the Marketing Resource Center. And y'all will have to tell me if you can see the second page. Can you see where it says Marketing Resource? Okay. So I'm talking about exactly that. So if you're in here, you got library, contacts, upload, all this stuff, but then right over here, you have listings. So if I click on that, you will see all my listings over here on the left. And if you're in Golden Isles MLS and Georgia MLS, they show up twice. So I don't know a fix to that, but anyways, it's got all kinds of different listings that I've had. So including recently sold, which I'll show y'all that in a minute. But if you just go up here to my top listing that I just listed, and it has kits for my listing. And depending on the price range, it should automatically have luxury kits as well as just regular listing kits. And so you should, go through these and see where your favorite is, what you like the look of most. But I'll show you listing kit 1. So when I click on that, these are all the things that it's already put together for me. So everything from a 2-page property flyer. How many of y'all list something and go, oh God, somebody's already called to see it and I don't have my property information done yet? I mean, this is doing this really quickly. So you should have it available. It doesn't take long at all for it to sync with the new listing in the MLS. So if I go here and go use, hopefully y'all can see this pop-up window. Can y'all see the pop-up window? I'm assuming you can. So, with me doing nothing, it has selected photos and made me a flyer. Now, Brian, you probably have this issue too with ChatGPT, maybe. So I have too much text in the MLS for the flyer. So I would need to probably copy that text. I could, make it shorter myself, or I could ask ChatGPT to do it. And then
500 characters or less at ChatGPT and it'll edit it for you.
Yep, absolutely. So, anyways, if I had came in this morning and just listed this and had a showing, I could do this in 2 minutes, probably. So, that's one. And then, let's see, if I wanted to do an Instagram post, here it is. It's already made it for me. I can tweak it. I can change the photos if I want to. Like I probably wouldn't have 2 front photos, so I could change this, pick a different photo out of my listing photos. Not the foyer. So I could pick that one. And then there it is. If I have, I would download this and then upload it to Instagram. So, it's done. There's door hangers. There's, all kinds of big postcard, a extra large, a large. It's like at McDonald's, you get all the sizes. A bigger property brochure. So all of that is, there for you to use. And let's look at a luxury kit so you can just kind of see the difference. So it automatically wants me to do a 4-pager instead of, which makes good sense. Then instead of just a two-sided one. Also, when you go through the listing kits, they will have different stuff. So like this one has an open house e-card already made. So, and you don't have to just use one listing kit. You could say, like this from that and this from that, and you can use all the different ones. There's no reason you can't do that. So, and then it's got an open house 1-page flyer. Again, my text is too long. It does have a QR code, which is nice. It does that automatically. So super, super easy, right? Everybody agree? And
There's also one of those listing kits that has a story for your social media that you can
yeah,
put up on Facebook or Instagram story. I don't remember which kit it
I think that
is.
first one I was on did have that. There it is, right there. You see it? I just listed Instagram story. So yeah, I would spend, if you've got a listing, go back, look at them, kind of get a feel for which kit is more you. So then let me show you, just so you can see too. So I just sold with Wanda and Kelly this, listing. Well, yeah. So let's see if it's smart enough to, give me I think it does. Oh yeah, here we go. Listing kit for just sold. So once you sell it, it does all these things for you. So no reason not to post that you just sold it. So you just have to scroll down to find that. So they also have one for new price. I don't know why this one's all the way down here, but it is. I guess it's just the 6th one. So if you change the price, it gives you all the assets for a price change. So were y'all aware you had all this?
No,
Here's what
No,
I
I've
would
been doing it the hard way.
So here's what I would tell you too is I think we, just like I said, oh, tell a different story, do this, just do something. I mean, that's kind of where I am. I mean, if I will just consistently do something, that's the starting point, right? And then you can get, if you're feeling the need to get more creative, you can get more creative. But Berkshire Hathaway has made it super easy for you to do a bunch at no cost, and it's already put together with you. So, do y'all all agree? Like in 30 minutes after you list a property, in 30 minutes, could you create marketing assets that you could then put in play for your listing? Yeah. So, I know many of you are on our Canva team, as is myself. There is a handful of you that use Canva on a regular basis. Don't start with Canva, start with this and just utilize these. And then, if you get, where you're really getting engaged in your social media, accounts, or are got your database together and you really want to do something more creative, then do it. And don't forget, this is great, but you have tons more too. And we are gonna, in one of these sessions, go over Sochi. So if you're not using Sochi, you really might consider doing that, because you can schedule, you'll have access to a lot of these in Sochi. And we try to do it at the sales meeting each month, but you really every month they have different themes and holidays, and they are doing an excellent job of rolling out assets each month for you to use. So make sure you're, jumping on here and seeing. So and I think, like Corey, you need more doors to open for you. There's a host of information. If you would put your personal spin on it, hopefully people start to engage with you more, see your knowledge, and then, get going, and get more doors open along with a lot of other things. But, anything else y'all want to see in the kits?
I do have a quick question though, because in regard to putting a story on your Facebook post, where would you say that the line is as far as sharing too much information about the clients? Because I posted one and I probably sat there for about 20 minutes trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to put like all their numbers out there. And yes, it is public information, but posting it on social media might hurt some people's feelings, you know?
So I mean, one, I think you keep people anonymous unless they don't want to be anonymous, right?
Hmm.
I've only had once where a buyer I was a listing agent and the buyer got mad about just listed postcard that went out to the neighborhood. They might have been in the CIA or something. I don't know, but
That's what
none of
it
their
is.
personal information. It's just that the listing sold. Um, yeah, I think you got to find a balance. Anybody else want to jump in about that? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, here's where this estimate was. I spent some time with my clients. I did a lot of research. We listed at this and it sold for that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you start to get into, these clients didn't have any money to fix up the house. So, I had to look at this. I mean, I think you're always gracious and appreciative and that, but I mean, it is what you do, right? It's part of your value is that you help sellers correctly price their house. I think
Right.
there's stories too in that, um, you talk about, pricing correctly in this marketplace. I think right now price is extremely important. Gone is the days where you shouldn't be counseling seller. Well, you should be counseling sellers against, hey, we're just going to throw it on there. And I know our neighbor's house that's almost just like ours just sold for 100,000 less, but we're just going to give it a try and we can always reduce the price, right? I think a lot of your good counsel is around that's not how the marketplace is behaving right now. And your house, if it's in good condition and priced correctly, will move. If it's not, it's going to be judged by the days on the market, and those are growing for a lot of properties. And so I think you just kind of be cognizant. I wouldn't say my seller said, let's price it at this. And then I said, oh no, let's price, I think you just give some data facts and talk about the value adds you brought. So I hope that helps.
While we're on the topic, I know a lot of people in here don't need this, but if anybody wants to role play overcoming objections in regard to price or what we charge us with commission, I'm always happy to do so. We can meet at the Brunswick office, Camden office, anywhere, but I would like some practice on that if any of the other new agents want to try.
Awesome. Anybody want to do that with Corey? They're like, heck
I
no.
guess I'll just I'll do it
Actually,
with Chat
Corey,
GPT. I'll find an AI bot and I'll talk to that guy because nobody likes me.
I think Stephanie might
no,
be volunteering.
I'll do it.
yeah, Corey, I know me and Mikey talk a lot about doing different things, and we've actually kind of batted some role playing around here in the office. So come by any of our offices. We all are happy to do that and share ideas, because different ideas work for different people
Right.
and in different areas and different markets. What works for $1 million house is probably not going to work for a $200,000 house and vice versa.
Right.
So, yeah, no, we're all happy to help and talk about it.
Okay.
Same
And
thing here, Corey.
y'all are
I'm
going.
happy to.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people, but Brunswick, we're having that Valentine's Day lunch. Apparently, we can talk about it then because that's at the end of this week.
Good deal. Awesome. Um, does anybody else have anything they would like to share?
I just want to say, Missy, with the Z estimate you're talking about,
Yep.
you've got to take that screenshot before you list it or it'll overwrite everything.
Yes, you do. Yeah. Yeah.
I've got one right now. I just pulled on that Radcliffe listing. Z estimate's got 179. I'm listing it for 380.
Yeah.
So when that happens, I do a postcard showing the difference. And I did that for my Jessup listing, and the Z estimate was like, you remember, Lisa? I know it was like 189 and we sold it for 292. And I did a little postcard. It was a Jimmy Burgess postcard that I grabbed and mailed it out. Did I, to the neighborhood saying how this could affect the price of your house. So
Yeah.
you got to
Yeah,
get it ahead of time though.
Yeah, just a reminder, Jimmy Burgess, Tom Ferry, Jimmy Mackin, Brian Buffini, Jared James. I listened to one of his this morning. I hadn't listened in a while. Listen to them. I listen to them where I don't take notes, and then I save them, and then I'll go back to them. But I'm trying to every morning listen to one. And that's why I'm like, I don't remember who said it because it kind of all blurs. And then, Corey, one thing last week when we were talking about how do you keep track of things, one of the things like where he talked about when you go to a conference or, maybe you're on Crush your year with me or whatever, things I really want to come back to, like, I'm like, I got to remember that. I put in the last 4 or 5 pages of my book, like as a master, go back to this at some point. So like I went to a leadership meeting. I did that. I wrote a couple of things that I knew I needed to follow up about and who I needed to see, connect with, and just, it wasn't something I was going to do in the next day or two, but stuff that I should circle back to. So, I
So
think that,
like in the front, you'll have current stuff, and in the back, you'll just have general notes.
yeah. So the front's kind of chronological, right? I mean, if I go to listing, there's notes in here. If I'm, trying to figure something out, somebody calls me, it's all, kind of chronological. But the last couple of pages, I just kind of save for that ongoing kind of circle back to lists.
I did listen to you guys though. I got in the notebook. It's
Awesome.
got spirals and all,
Yeah, nice.
dates up front.
Yeah.
It's really a journal, but I won't tell if you won't.
Okay, great. Right. Does anybody else have any questions or things just spontaneously y'all want to talk about? Want to talk about the market? Anything? We got about 10 minutes.
I mentioned something that I started doing. It might help you, Corey, or anybody. I started with a business coach a few months ago, and one of the things she talked about was, of course, looking back to see where prior leads came from. When I first moved here 4 years ago and knew nobody, social media was the only way I had to do it. But one of the things that she suggested, and I started doing just in the last month and a half or so, was blocking at least 2 days a week and go ahead and blocking it out of my calendar that I'm going to have lunch or coffee with, and then filling those spots in with someone. So I started picking like vendors, financial person, a lender, different vendors. And this listing that I got Saturday came from one of our vendors, from making that connection and just getting to know them and asking them things like, not what they could do for me, but what kind of business are you looking for? What kind of people should I be listening for? So they feel like there's that relationship and you're helping them, then you're who they think of when somebody asks them a question. So I've started to see results from it.
I got a question about that. So after I talked to George a couple months ago, and he recommended the same thing, and so I was like, all right, hell yeah, let's go. And so I started texting people, and then at a certain point, it kind of felt like I was asking people out on dates.
Pretty much.
How do you say, hey man, you want to go get some lunch sometime? I understand.
Okay, first, you don't put it in the date voice to take the sultry out of it. I either texted or I called him and said, hey, I really want to either get to know you or what we can do to help each other out. How can our businesses help each other? And I think a lot of them are looking for the same thing. They just either haven't had the time to do it or haven't realized that that's what they needed until you offer it. The meetings have gone well and have developed, whether it's immediate business or not, I think it's laid a really good groundwork.
So you lead with business and not with friendship, is what I'm hearing.
Well, because most of these aren't, my friends, I would just call and go, hey, let's go. But people I'm trying to make new connections with that I might have met just through real estate, just say, hey, I'm trying to build my business. I'd like to see how I can help you build yours, and take it from that aspect.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those of us who have been in the business a long time, Corey, can definitely look each year and say, this came from an affiliate or a vendor or someone I do business with or somebody that wants to do business with me. So, bankers are first and foremost probably because they're encountering buyers a lot of times before they have an agent. I think buyers are doing a better job of doing that on the front end. So, and they want business from you too, right? So they're usually pretty receptive of grabbing a coffee or stopping by. And if you lead with, hey, I want to learn more about, I'm newer in the business, the products you offer and the services you offer, and just kind of what's your take on the market right now. So they're, I've never had one go, I'm not interested. Sometimes it's a challenge to put together a time and a place, but besides that, I think you'll find that just get the affiliate list out and try to start, it's easier to start with the ones that are really involved when you see them, sponsoring education sessions with breakfast, sending stuff out, all that sort of stuff. Those are really easy. I would definitely do it. A buyer I have right now, that has, a million, almost 3 condo under contract, came from a banker. And the banker went to high school with the guy's friend, and he lives in Athens. So you never know. And that, the banker stayed in touch with this this friend who's up in Athens, and that guy, recommended him to the banker, and the banker called and recommended him to me. So, having those connections, and think about, all the people from high school. I know that sounds crazy, but you're young enough to do that. I have to go through and go, are they alive? You don't have to do, do that at your age. I'm going through all my database. I'm like, did he die? I think he died. Oh my God. So then you start, Googling obituaries, and
Right.
I'm bad about that with the realtors too. I've I don't know how many passed away realtors in my phone still. You don't have that as much, but there's lots of connections to make, and they take a lot of, it's not something where you like, well, I took him to coffee 2 months ago and he didn't send me crap. It's you got to nurture that relationship just like any of them. So, and it'll happen over time for sure.
I will say this. I took Joe from Prime South. He's a commercial. I don't know if you don't know him. He works in like commercial loans and stuff like that. And he paid for my lunch. So if anybody's down and out between commissions and you just need a free lunch, you call one of these bankers, they'll use the company card for you.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right. Anybody else? Anybody got a new listing or a buyer looking for something while we're on here?
Marshfront property with a good view. Price doesn't matter so much, but if it's going to be a house, it needs to be outdated. Something they can go in and fix up. But raw acreage works as well.
What price range?
So the raw acreage we're looking at are around anywhere between 2 and 400,000 for the raw acreage. Houses have gone up to 2.5.
For what?
2.5 for the houses.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where we're going to end up. She's coming down on the 17th, and we're going to go look at a bunch of stuff. But if anybody's got something coming up, something off market, or something that's sitting at the bottom of the MLS, feel free to email it to me. I'll show it to her.
You said on a marsh or?
Yeah, marshfront view. She's really looking for picturesque coastal Georgia. So if there's oak trees on the property and a marsh view with whether it be a good sunrise or a good sunset, she's going to be there for it. Trying to stay away from like title situations, just because she's going to be building a pretty nice house and that doesn't really line up. But I think everybody can kind of understand what we're looking for. I got your message, Kathy. I'll text you later.
I got 1077 Ratcliffe Lake Drive going live Wednesday. 3.2, 1883 square feet, 2-car garage, built 2019. Hardly lived in, on a half an acre and plenty of room for a pool and 2-car garage.
Is it in a neighborhood by chance?
It's no HOA.
There we go.
Yeah. And
That
so-
should be, Steph, isn't that, and they should still be USDA qualified?
could be. Yeah, I think so.
I think so. You can look it up I'm pretty sure out there is, so that's an opportunity
Yeah,
too.
so we got FHA, USDA, VA, conventional cash. He'll leave the living room and dining room furniture, but he's taking everything else. And so you'll see it in the MLS Wednesday.
1077 Ratcliffe.
Ratcliffe Lake Drive.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm listing a house, Corey, off of Dover Bluff Road. It's on Piney Bluff. It is I can send you a YouTube video because it has now, not everybody's going to love this, but the person that wants it, it's an awesome house. It's about 20 years old. They just put a new roof on it. It is meticulous, but it is a little dated from just the mid 2000s. It's got dark brown walls, but nothing that paint and a few things wouldn't fix, but it's beautiful. It looks out over the marsh. You see Cumberland and the sunrises, and it's got a pool with a spa. And then here's the part that's really unique. It has a 40 by 60 metal building with stucco on the side that was a, like $100,000 building when they built it 13 years ago. Beautiful oak trees. The property has its own gate, all of that. It's going to be in the 900s. Probably. I'm working on that right now, but it's immaculate.
On Piney Bluff, is it closer to Dover Bluff, or is it closer to
It's at
the
the
park?
other end.
Okay.
It's where the road starts to circle back around.
Mhm.
But I'll send you this video so you can see it. It's the company that built the building did this video so they could show it to people. They did stucco panels on the sides, you can see.
Mhm.
She used to be a wholesale importer of beads for jewelry. So that's why, and her husband's a big woodworker. So that's why they had it. So in the video, you'll see a lot of pallets with boxes. Those are all gone now.
Okay.
So preparation of getting it on the market.
Talk about finding a niche. Sell beads for a living.
I know, I know. And she, it fit their boat. I mean, it's got a, like a 16-foot door. I mean, my husband, if it was on deep water, we'd be moving. That's his dream, is to have a building and deep water, but
Right.
it's really pretty down there. I mean, it's amazing. It's gorgeous. My sister does live next door, so very good neighbor. But it's a great house and
Yeah, Matt Jordan's actually building a house down there too, right across the street from the marsh.
I got
They've
you.
got,
Okay, good.
yeah, they've got two
I'll
new
send you the video
constructions
so you
coming
can
up.
see it.
Sounds
Anybody
good.
else?
Debbie, I'm sorry, I'm not on camera this morning. So I just listed, it's on Highway 17, just past Dover Bluff Road, going south on the right.
Okay.
Pam Heron had it last year, and my seller bought it from her. He did about $100,000 renovation. It's 3 lots, 4.5 acres on the Little Satilla River. You could sell the other parcels. It's only a 2-bedroom, 1-bath little fish camp, but it's so cute inside, and it's got a really nice dock with a boat hoist that he says can hold 10,000 pounds. Although I didn't put that because I wasn't sure about that. But anyway, basically he's selling it to get out of it what he put into it at $850. But I'm having an open house on Wednesday, so y'all come down there and check it out. And also I have buyers that they're ready to buy, and we've looked at a lot of properties. They're basically looking for maybe a 3 or 4 bedroom, preferably with like a bonus suite. They have an autistic child that they want, to have kind of his own space. They need a 3-car garage or the ability to build something extra because he has muscle cars. They're not
I
adverse
got
to
you. I got you in Camden. Come on.
They don't want to be in Camden. They want to be close to the beach. But we've been looking mainly at exit 29. We've looked at a couple on St. Simon's. There just aren't there, they really were wanting to stay around 500, but they're willing to go up to 7 if they can find exactly what they want and they don't have to put a lot of money into it. Everything we've looked at just needs a lot of work. And, we've looked in Laurel
Debbie,
Grove.
did you see the new construction we've got in Laurel Grove with a 3-car garage?
Yeah, and I messaged Erin about that. They just
Okay.
she feels like it's kind of high priced, and there's no, it's the others they've looked at in there either been on the lake or, they're lower priced, whatever. I've tried to take them to that one a couple of times, and they're not really interested in it.
Okay, well, thank you for
So
trying.
anyway, but yeah, so if y'all have anything coming up, pocket listing, just let me know. They're ready to buy something.
Debbie,
And
what
we've got
about,
our eyes on a couple of things. I just don't know. They just haven't felt confident to buy. We actually looked at one over the weekend, and there was a flood with a bursted pipe. It's listed with Michael Heiser in Laurel Grove. And now there's a creek, the the room over the garage creaks on the floor. So and there's a crack in the ceiling in the garage. So she's concerned about that. She thought that was the one, but after the issues, we're not so sure now. So it's been really challenging.
What about Riverside?
Yeah, we looked at that one in Riverside. They've just reduced the price. I think that one's same. They liked it. I think they're just concerned about some of the issue. I think it needed replacement windows and some other stuff in there. But she really liked the front part of Riverside. So if you know of anything coming up in there, let me know.
I'm gonna have a house on Cabrera Island Circle. That's Ellen and Woody Woodside's house. So as an elevator.
We rode by it. We rode by that one. I don't think they're interested in that.
Gotcha. You got some tough buyers, man.
I know.
Missy?
It's hard.
Yep.
It's very hard.
I do have a house that's coming up in Harrison Point. It's a cute family house. It does have the 3 bedrooms all upstairs, and it has a bonus room with a bath over the garage. And I will have the price on that this week. And I also have one that's coming up in Shaw's Bounty. And it is a great family home, has a pool, has a lagoon view, and it has 4 bedrooms as well. And that one is, I don't know, we're going between 1.6 and 1.8. We've just got to decide whether it's as is or some other things will be done to it. But it's a beautiful home, but it's a very traditional home. So I do have those 2 if anyone has someone in that price range or someone that's looking in Harrison Point, because Harrison Point doesn't have a lot to offer right this minute.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Stephanie, will you tell us about your little condo you have that you posted about?
Yes. And can I tell y'all just a couple of more things? We've got 2 coming up in Carriage Gate. One's going to be priced at like $639. The other one's somewhere around $529. Coming up in Carriage Gate. One coming up in Sanctuary Cove that'll be $589. That one's coming on the market this week. The important one, yes, I definitely wanted to mention, and thank you for bringing up, Missy. So we've got a really unique situation here too that I want y'all to hear about. The HOA has initiated a foreclosure on this guy because he's behind on his HOA dues. This was something new to us. We've always heard rumors and rumblings that can happen, but it's happening. So he's never been behind on his house payment, but he was behind on his HOA dues. So we got to sell this like immediately. We priced it lower than anything else in the neighborhood. It is located at 606 Marshview Circle, and those are the ones, if you're on Highway 17, you turn next to JP Liquor Store. He is in the back, and what a view, y'all. $150,000, and he's got a view of the marsh, the river. I mean, people pay millions of dollars for this view. And here we're offering it for $150,000. His unit does not have any settling. I know those of us that are from this area know the rumors about the neighborhood, but his condo does not have any of that settling. It all felt level to us. I don't have any interior pictures yet. We are getting those today because he was doing a little bit of cleaning up. It does need a little bit of cosmetic work. But you have 2 bedrooms upstairs and a bath and a half bath downstairs. There's no rental restriction, so you can use these as short-term rentals, long-term rentals. Y'all, a great value, but we really need like a cash buyer that wants to close quickly is what we're looking for.
So Stephanie, is there a lien on that from the HOA recorded
Yes,
yet? So they're gonna someone's gonna have to pay the lien off, right?
that is correct.
Yeah.
That'll get paid off by closing. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We've been in touch with the attorney for it. And again, his bank is Marshland, but he's not behind on that. But because the HOA has initiated this lien, Aaron has spoke to the deputy sheriff on this. So we're working through everything to, again, try to quickly get this guy sold. The cool thing is, y'all, when you go to show it, he's somewhat of a little bit of a celebrity in his own right. He was a big ball player back in the early 60s, and at the time, the only one to get a scholarship for 3 sports, to go a scholarship to college for 3 different sports. He's most famous for playing baseball, a starting pitcher in the minor leagues for the minor leagues Yankees, a starting pitcher for them, but also had scholarships for football and basketball. So kind of cool.
Yeah. Very cool. What did the last one in there sell for? Stuff. I want to
It
say
sold for like 180, and then there's two in there listed in the 170. So we priced this well below to get it gone, and it will be Brian. It will be the seller paying for the lien at closing too. That's not.
Yeah, I just want to
buyer.
make sure. Yeah, there's an
Yeah.
encumbrance on the property.
what's the monthly HOAs there?
It's $330 a month, and there is a community swimming pool.
Okay.
And their HOA covers all the exterior. This guy's got a little bit of rotten wood in front of his house, but they are addressing that now with the HOA.
Okay.
Hey, Stephanie, you're two in Carriage Gate. Either of them 4-bedroom?
Yes, the one that's going to be priced at $639 is a 4-bedroom.
They're
One level or
both
two?
4 bedrooms.
Oh, the other one's a 4-bedroom too. Yeah.
Yeah, the one on we
forget
have
the
one
one.
on Wellington that'll be 529. It's a 4-bedroom plus a bonus.
So are the bedrooms on the first floor and the bonus upstairs, or?
On the one on Wellington, you have the 2 bedrooms on the first floor, your primary bedroom, and a guest bedroom and bath on the first floor. And upstairs is 2 bedrooms and a bath and a bonus room.
But the other one is all one level at 639 is all one level.
Yeah,
When
the
are
one
they
on
coming
Belmont.
up? When are they coming up?
Within 2 weeks here. The one on Wellington, they're having their floors redone downstairs. So you'll have new laminate flooring downstairs, including the primary bedroom. But I'm pretty sure, we have had the opportunity to show one of them. So if you have somebody interested, we could certainly get you in.
Yeah, I'll talk to you offline, please.
Okay.
How about Sanctuary Cove? Is it on the east side golf course side or west side?
The one in Sanctuary Cove will be on the market this week, and it's on Blue Heron Trail. So that would be
That's actual Sanctuary Cove,
Yeah.
not a state.
Yeah.
It's not the estate side. Okay.
No,
no, not the estates at Sanctuary. No, this is in Sanctuary
On the east
Cove.
side.
Mhm.
And what is it for? Is it a 4-bedroom? Because I have someone looking there desperately.
It's a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath.
Okay. Square footage under three square footage, 3, 2,
Okay, sorry. I was
It's
having
under
trouble hearing
3,000
you.
square
under
feet.
3,000. Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's 2,800 square feet, 2,809 square feet. It was built in 2010. It's a very nice house. And the delay on it was they were having the interior repainted as well as the exterior. So everything's been freshened up. And it is a beautiful house.
Thanks.
Y'all, I have one last thing. If you've got somebody looking, because there's none on the market, a Grandview condo coming on the market. It's getting painted this week. It will be $545. It's on the second floor, which is really the third floor. Got a great marsh view. It's the one that they were built as 2 bedrooms, but then they put double doors on the den, so it could function as a 3, but it's got 2 full baths. It'll be in great condition. It's not majorly updated or anything, but if you got somebody looking, you cannot rent there short term. All right, y'all, went a little longer, but that's okay. I hope all y'all will be on the joint sales meeting Zoom tomorrow morning. So I'll see you then if I don't see you before.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.